It's time for the action-packed excitement of Indiana high school football. From the Indy Channel, RTV6 Sports presents Friday Football Frenzy.
Yeah, there we go, and a big one for you here tonight, right smack dab in the middle of the regular season. Good evening, I am Brad Brown. Dave First has the night off. Michael Grady is right over there. We'll be with him in just a moment. They do not get a whole lot bigger than Ben Davis taking on Warren Central. 15 combined state titles between them, and they were both 4-0 coming into tonight. And it was our Week 5 HTSN Mick Game of the Week. Great time at Warren out there on our live pregame. The kids, the team, all in pink. They raised more than $3 grand for breast cancer charities today and tonight. Job well done. Scoreless game till the final play of the first quarter. Tyrone Young, the TD for Warren. They missed the extra point, so it was 6-0. Warren Central. BD came back to take the lead. Another big play added to it in the second quarter. Kyle Kastner to Chris Evans past two defenders for the score. 14-6. Giants had the lead, but Warren would not let them run away with it. This time it would be Phillip Austin in at QB for the Warriors. He rolls out, goes across the field. Donnell Johnson towing the line for the TD. They added the two-pointer, so it was 14-14 at halftime. Another big BD play in the third. This time Kastner goes to Story Emerson. The defenders missed again, and he's all alone. 66 yards for the score. 21-14 for the visitors. Warren tied it up, though, and then they took the lead for good with 4 minutes left. Their third quarterback of the night, McKelty Williams, lined up in the Wildcat. He tied the game at 21. Then he gets the game winner. There it goes. Warriors make it 6 out of the last 8 against BD, and they stay alive in the hunt for the MIC title. 28-21, the final score.
I had a couple mistakes during the game. I think they just kind of made up for it. And I just try to make plays for my team. I'm not trying to do anything spectacular. Just being a team player and doing what the team needs me to do.
It just is what it is in this schedule. It's the MIG. We got Mike next week that went 50-49 or whatever with them, so you don't get a break. You really will enjoy this for a few hours and then start stressing out again about the next opponent.
We'll have a few days to think about it, though. Some other scores from the MIC tonight. Number 1, Carmel gets past Lawrence North, 42-20, so the Greyhounds stay perfect as they up their record to 5-0. At Cedar Grove, an easy winner over North Central, 57-0, as the Trojans get their first win in the conference. Now that fourth game in the Metro tonight, Pike going to Lawrence Central. The Red Devils were down 7-0 early. Curtis Collins up the middle and in for the TD. Game tied 7-7. The Bears struggled early, had some trouble hanging on to the ball. Jared Dokes going for the goal line, coughs it up though. Pike would recover it there, but LC would get things going later, and the scoring was not done by any means at the end of the night. Bit of an upset. Lawrence Central gets the win at home, 45-35. Now you heard Coach West from Warren set it up. Here it is. Next week, our HTSN MIC Game of the Week, Pike and Warren Central. Warren will be the road team this time. Pre-game start at 6:30, live coverage at 7 o'clock. It should be another good one, another huge game next Friday night for us on HTSN. Well, there was another game between 4-0 teams in town tonight. Bloomington South and Southport playing at Perry Stadium. And it turned into a homecoming night they will never forget. Our Dave Marin was there when the lights went out.
It started out just like any other 4-0 contest. Players, fans hyped for the big matchup. The Cards would put a drive together right before half that would end with an Edgar Ullman field goal and a Southport 24-10 lead. But then just as homecoming and halftime festivities would get started, the power would go out. But the show would have to continue.
The Southport's craziest homecoming ever.
After a delay lasting a little over an hour, we'd have lights again. Southport would waste no time turning it on. Kevin Wagner takes it in for the touchdown. A possession later, Luke Johnston would find Evan Higgs. Higgs with the great move here. He'd find the end zone. Southport would win on homecoming over Bloomington South, 38-17. Dave Marin, Friday Football Frenzy.
They got the lights figured out. How cool was that with the phone lights and the little lights out there at Southport? Job well done. Well, about once a season, I get a chance to play with the big boy toys, or rather our high-tech news gathering device. The HD camera is wired up on Skycam 6. We fired it up. A perfect night in the air for our Week 5 Friday Football Frenzy fly lights. We start at Pendleton Heights. It was youth football night up there. Big crowd. The youngsters up there see the Arabians taking on New Pal. The Dragons ranked second in Class 4A. And early on, New Pal flexing its muscle on offense. Fourth down, they line up for the punt, but no direct snap to Chaz Hill. The backup QB picks up the big gainer down the sideline for the first down. New Pal was back in business. Set up the first score of the night. James Young barrels in for the TD and 7-0 advantage for the visitors. Pendleton, though, didn't wait to get it back. Here we are on the kickoff. 32 in green this time. This is Ashton Wilson. Little hang up there, but not much after that. Once he gets past the kicker, there he goes. 88 yards later, he's in the end zone, and just that fast, the game is tied at 7-7. But New Pal would march it back down the field, and they would take over the game from there. This time, pass goes out to Duke Blackwell, gets a block, gets a seam, and there he goes for the TD. Dragons roll 56-7 the final. New Pal improves to 5-0 on the season. So we take a little 12-minute flight over to Fishers. We got there at halftime, saw the Tigers marching band on the field. There was no trouble seeing the Fishers student section tonight. Yeah, they went with the safety Dayglow yellow. Very nice. Fishers up at the half, driving in the third. Zach Eaton to Simeon Foster, shakes loose, breaks another tackle, and there he goes. 58 yards on this play. Finally drag him down across the 20-yard line as the Tigers get in the red zone. Play of the night. A little later, they coming up into the end zone for the TD. It's Maurice Campbell for the touchdown. Adds to the lead. They're up 2 scores. And then here's this play of the night. Fishers pinned on their own 2-yard line. Zach Eaton faked us all out. Look at this. Over the middle. Chris Thomas all alone. And way all alone. He didn't see anybody for the last 60 yards. A 98-yard touchdown. Tigers roll to a 49-14 win. Looking very impressive at home tonight against Brownsburg as Fishers improves to 4-1 on the season. Pair of games at Lucas Oil Stadium tonight. Chittard and Ritter playing in the opener. We will give you one of the best runs that you will see right here. Chittard's Matt Haley bounces off a defender, turns and goes. Big run to the house for the TD. And the early advantage for Chittard as they would roll from there. 49-0 the final score as they have won 4 out of their 5 games this season. Well, we've been all over the Metro already, east, south, north as well. Let's get a couple games closer to home base tonight. Michael Grady is here with a city matchup, and he also made a trip to the southeast side. Michael?
Thanks a lot, Brad. Marshall-Southridge was our first game, and just the second matchup between these two programs in 30 years. Marshall won the last year's matchup 19-12. There's Shortridge wide receiver Justin Morning, who will be playing on Saturdays next fall. Trust me on this one. He would be a handful for Marshall tonight. Here's Blue Devils QB Gerald Garrett back to pass, and they'll find Morning down the field for the touchdown. He was making plays all evening long. The extra point would put Shortridge up 7-6. Next possession for Marshall, trying to get in position to retake the lead. But quarterback Cody Barnett will get sacked by Kalen Guillory. This will lead to a field goal mid-second quarter to put Shortridge up 10-6. The Blue Devils win by 2 touchdowns, avenging last year's loss 32-18. They're now 4-1 on the season. To Beech Grove now, where the Hornets were looking to top the 50-point mark for the 4th straight game, hosting Howe tonight. And BG quarterback Chase Andrews was sensational. Here he is with the touchdown pass to Jamal Brumfield. They like to run an up-tempo offense at Beech Grove, and it worked again to perfection. Here's a dump-off pass to junior running back Lamont Richardson, eluding tacklers. He gets downfield to put the Hornets in scoring position yet again. But did they reach 50 points? They did it in the third quarter. Andrews connecting with Richardson again. 4th straight game over 50 points for Beech Grove. They get 60 tonight and improve to 4-1 with the win. That's a fun offense to watch on the southeast side. We'll see if they can keep it going next week. And we have even more games for you. Brad, take it away.
Yeah, Grady, thanks. Good stuff there from BG. Look at this, Decatur Central tonight. Let's go. Oh, love it. They fooled Austin Osborne. Jumped the gun there. It's about the only thing that didn't go perfectly well for DC tonight. Tommy Hunter down the field. Chandler Barnes floats under it. Pretty pitch and catch for the TD. And the DC Hawks were off and running from there. They would get another one from Hunter to Barnes later. 44-12. Final this one. There goes Barnes in for another TD as Decatur Central picks up the victory. Let's give you one more. We're going to Triton Central tonight. Taking on Lapel. It was all about TC running back Jonah Thacker. Look at this. A little help from his lineman there. Lunges forward for that one, and another big run coming up here as he'll find the end zone. Cut, through, over. Yeah, 3 guys can't stop him. TC can't be stopped either. Another big score, 52-27. Triton gets the victory. We got more Frenzy going for you online. More scores, highlights, photos from the night, all of it. IndyChannel.com. Look for the Friday Football Frenzy link. We're back with the Colts and more after the break.